This is Devin Kraft from the Science Faction Podcast. You're listening to the BS Podcast Network. Enjoy the show.
Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith, and I would not be the filmmaker I am today. Barely respected with no hits to my name, were it not for the wonderful world of Disney. We all love Disney, man. Whether it's the movies, the parks, the Marvel movies, what have you, man. Disney is in our DNA. And you know whose DNA it's really in? The Magic Our Way podcast with Kevin, Danny, Eli, and Lee. You want to go Disney hard? Never Disney soft. That's the show for you. Magic Our Way podcast, ladies and gentlemen. It's all the Disney. You looking for a little D or the big D? Magic Our Way's got it for you.
Jumbo, everyone.
Harambe.
And welcome to another edition of
The Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast.
They are truly magical and whatnot.
Asante San, everyone. You are listening to the Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana, in the United States of America. We are artistic buffs talking about Disney stuff, and this is a show in which every opinion is welcome. MagicOurWay.com is where you can find us. Today we present a trip report show. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
And on this show, we follow the Disney concept of edutainment, where we focus on your entertainment, and along the way, you just might learn a thing or two.
Hey.
And as always, to join in our discussion, we have our resident travel agent for Magical Moments Vacations, the Shaggy TA Chase Wizard, Lee Lasavica. Welcome back, Lee.
Oh, man, good to be... Not really, actually, not good to be back. I wish I was still there, but if I got to be back, it's good to be back with you guys talking Disney. So
I'm sure your family appreciates hearing that.
I'm sure my wife is appreciative of me being back, but, you know...
Or maybe she was appreciative of you being away.
It could be. She probably was.
It's like, oh, it's so peaceful.
More so. But, hey, before we get started, as always, I want to give another shout-out to Mr. Danilo. Sometimes I wish I talked to people instead of just emailing them because I'm kind of mispronouncing his name. I'm probably destroying it anyway.
Yeah, it's Daniel. I go by Danny, but it's Daniel. Yes.
No, this is Mr. Danilo. He just booked a cruise for November on the Disney Dream.
Hey!
Mr. Danilo!
Thank you for being a listener, and thank you for booking that trip with Magic Our Way.
Absolutely.
Robert Danilo.
Hopefully I'll see him on that cruise if I'm able to go on a cruise, because Lord knows I paid for one of these days.
Just let me know when you want to go. Talk to the fam.
Dude, well, it depends on football season now.
Yeah,
we're beyond the summer part of it that we could have done it.
Oh,
yes, unfortunately,
that's a shame.
But what else?
Anyway, look, also joining us on the show is our resident comic genius from ivorycomics.com, Mr. Eli Ivory. Howdy!
Howdy doing there, guys?
I'm doing the good. Herd. I went to the Swedish Chef, apparently.
Did you?
Yeah, I think I did. Country Swedish Chef?
I felt a
go to brisket.
I thought you were doing Roscoe Beat Gold Train.
I was, but I think I transitioned.
Oh.
It had a little country cadence to
You
it.
identify more as a Swedish
chef
than a Southern sheriff.
Chef, that's correct, yeah.
Very good.
God dog, something good. Right on. Well, hey, how you doing?
I'm doing
Glad
good.
to be here.
It's
nice
awesome.
to have a nice 3-day weekend after this.
That's right.
To look forward to.
We're recording this early on a Friday, so we got the weekend to enjoy.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Gonna be a couple of days of sleep I'm catching up on.
There
I don't
you
know
go.
about y'all, but that's happening.
I might. I hope so.
I hope so too.
My weekend cleared up today, so
yeah. Huh?
Well, that's good.
Yes,
that's good.
And no, but
and
okay.
No.
So what's on the agenda?
Well, look, so a couple of things I want to remind you guys of is make sure that you're subscribed to us on YouTube, because there's a lot of great things that will be coming your way. You can see us do our thing. You can see Lee's cooking shows. You can see the podcast videos from recording these segments and whatnot. It's going to be awesome. So make sure you do that. Leave, subscribe to us. Leave a rating. Leave a comment. All that good stuff on there. Do that. YouTube, man. Magic Our Way. And also, too, man, go to our Amazon store. Mouse Gears is what we're calling it. Amazon.com.
And we totally came up with that by ourselves.
We did. We even spell it differently. MOWSE Gears. Not mouse, but it's Mouse Gears.
How it's meant to be spelled, yes.
Yes. And we're taking that name because they got rid of it. But, Amazon.com/shop/Magic Our Way. There, Officer Weekends created 2 new lists. We have a list for Disney books, but now he's also added a list of Marvel books and a list of Star Wars books. So if you're curious about things like the Eternals or all this other kind of stuff, he's posting a bunch of reference material there, books that you can buy and support the Magic Our Way podcast, and also learn about these upcoming shows that are coming out on Disney Plus.
Landry's List.
Landry's List.
That's
Wow.
catchy. I like that.
What if you don't know how to read?
Well, Eli has tutoring services available for a minimal charge.
Yes.
He'll happily teach you how to read.
And if you're a lady under the age of 40 and is single, it's free of charge, right?
Yes, and if you can't read what the price is, just trust me, I'll tell you it's worth it.
he calls it Hooked on Ebonics. It's really good stuff. I think that's going to be a
You'll
good
be
thing.
hooked.
You'll be hooked.
You'll never walk away.
Or you might walk away funny.
Yeah. But you'll read, and that's what's important.
Yes.
And learning is the whole battle.
Water-based lubricant. Okay.
There you go. That's a student right there. There you go. Everybody's happy.
And we are a Disney-based podcast, we assure you.
Yes. So, Weekends, ladies and gentlemen, we have a great show for you lined up today. As I mentioned at the top of the show, we're talking about Lee's trip that he took last week to Universal Studios in Florida, as well as Walt Disney World. Lee, is there anything you want to tease about before we jump into this thing?
Yeah, I mean, I'll get into it, of course, as we get into the whole show, but I just want to say that it was a very eye-opening experience, Universal. I have not been to Universal in about 10 years, maybe, or so. So it's been a while since I've been out there. Definitely learned a lot, and that's kind of what this trip was about, was learning. And I'll jump into the whole reason why we went out there and stuff like that when we get to it. But yeah, man, it was a fun time, good weather, good people, and so lots of cool stuff to talk about.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. So look, enough of our jibber jabber. Let's go discuss some Universal Disney magic. Well, guys, look, that new jingle was a new jingle for another it's a hub segment, but this is an actual travel agent moment. And of course, our travel agent on the show is Lee Lastovica. And as I mentioned at the top of the show when we're doing our intros, we are talking about his trip report that he took last week to Universal Studios Florida and Walt Disney World. But before we get to that, I think we have to mention the fact that Disneyland on June 15th will be reopening to outside visitors.
All right.
That.
Yeehaw!
Yes.
Happy times. So when we going?
That's the wild. That's the wild.
When we save up enough money, me and Danny have already talked about it.
Yeah, me and Lee, this sounds great.
Crunch some numbers.
But yeah, when you start crunching numbers and you realize there is no discounts being given right now.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, there's no discounts, no parades, no fireworks, no Max Pass.
No F's given.
No Max Pass. Wow.
No Max Pass, no...
Oof.
No character meet and greets. Avengers Campus looking kind of rough. I'm thinking about maybe holding out until
everything gets fully back together.
at least until
next
fall.
year. Oh, fall. Okay, gotcha.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking because all indications are they're doing something for Halloween. We should be getting the Cars Land makeover, the Haunted Mansion makeover. Nice. So if we can get that and go in the fall and see that would be great.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah. I'd rather not pay full price for bare bones.
All right. So anyway, I wanted to get that off our chest because we've been talking about that, and it happened a lot quicker than we thought.
Yeah. Still a step forward. Absolutely.
Definite step forward. Definitely looking forward to it. But, guys, I don't want to digress or delay the gratification that we're going to have talking about this man's trip last week.
Never digress.
So let me turn it over to Lee. Lee, man, won't you take it away, sir?
So first of all, let's begin this. Let's be nice today because Austin's mom is going to be listening to this episode, Heather. She's going to be going to Universal and Disney in about a month or so. So I told her that this would be a good episode for her to listen to. I'll give her all the tips and tricks and all that kind of stuff.
Wow, you
Austin's
lied.
mom?
You lied.
Yeah, Austin's mom? Really?
Why you lied to Austin's mom?
Austin's mom! Yeah! Here we go, Austin's mom.
She
Thank
never
you
did
for
that. What
booking
happened?
Lee.
Why you would lie to Austin's mom?
Gave birth to Austin.
Austin mom got it going on.
Thank you, Austin's mom.
Austin mom, you're awesome.
Does she have a name? Do we have to call her Austin's
Heather.
mom? Heather.
Okay.
All right, Heather.
Cool ladies with that name.
Heather's listening out, so this is be on our best behavior. No,
Well, as Heather should have heard other shows, we can't guarantee that.
What? Best behavior, what?
What's the best behavior?
I don't know what a best behavior is, man.
We got to find out today, apparently.
That means we can't talk about naughty things?
Naughty like what?
I don't know.
I don't know what you talking about.
Keep your churros in your pants.
You know?
Talking all good every time I do a podcast.
I like how Austin came to be.
Yeah. Well, there's the only way to learn about that. That's a strip report.
For another day.
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
What's funny?
Somewhere Austin's listening to this, he's cringing.
Greatly.
That's my mom, y'all.
We said nothing bad about his mom. We have much respect for your son.
Thank you, Heather. We appreciate it.
Yes.
So let me just kind of set the stage here. This is what we as travel agents call a FAM. F-A-M.
That's like your people. Your fam. Yeah, your fam, your people.
Kind of.
Kind of?
FAM is short for familiarization.
Oh.
These are trips that travel agents go on to familiarize themselves with certain destinations.
These are buzzwords.
So in retail, this would be called product knowledge.
Yes, that's a very good
Or
way to
team
put it.
building.
Not team building so much because it's more about learning about the destination, but there's definitely some team building going on.
Well, I work alone,
Kind of a
so I don't know.
byproduct.
Okay.
Byproduct of the thing, but because you can go on a FAM by yourself, it doesn't have to be in a group setting. But
Lone fam.
right. So normally these trips they'll give you a little discounted rate or some kind of an incentive for you to come out, and all destinations do this in the Caribbean and Mexico and all the hotels and all this stuff. They'll basically set up a travel agent with a FAM so they can go out, learn about the property, and kind of then they're more knowledgeable when they're booking it, and they can advertise it better. So in this particular FAM, they gave us rooms either at Cabana Bay or Endless Summer. Now, at this time, Dockside was not open and Surfside was. No, I'm sorry, I got that backwards. Surfside is not open. Dockside is, and that's the newest Universal Resort hotel. Dockside. So the whole hotel's called Endless Summer, and there's two sides, Dockside and Surfside.
Soon Lastavica will be one of us.
We'll make it happen.
We'll stay at the dockside.
I will force him.
Yes. Yeah, do you have to have a certain credential or something to show them for the FAM, or do they already have a list of previous travel agent FAM people to put in the FAM?
It depends. Every destination's a little different. For this particular one, you had to have your what's called IATA card, and that is IATA.
Oh, my Annika is acting up a little bit.
I know how mine gets you too.
Crooked. Yeah.
Was it like the international amusement and something?
It's some International Association of Travel Agents.
So
International
Association of Travel Agents.
There's a group for this?
Yeah, there's a certain amount of sales you have to meet to get your IATA card.
Dude,
This
they
is
got
like-
a group called Bronies. Of course they got a group for this.
I mean, so this is like the Illuminati of travel agents.
Kinda.
Wait, Lisa Broning? What
He's an
happened?
Illuminati.
I'm a jabroni.
Oh.
But no, you're wrong, Lee.
All right. So anyway, they're basically up to 50 of us could sign up for this, and then we could room up with other agents and stuff like that.
Do they host like classes for you when you do this?
We actually did some pre-classes. We did some online training. We did some social media training and stuff like that beforehand. So we had to complete that in order to qualify. And there was a previous FAM like a few months ago. So if you were on that one already, then you were at the bottom of the list for this one because you'd already gone. If that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
So, since I didn't go to the last one, then I was higher on the list to be approved for this one.
Smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a lot of boring travel agent stuff, but I just wanted to kind of let you guys know why this happened.
We just wanted to see how you
sense.
got to get to this trip, being the superior travel agent that you are. But yes, go on. sir.
Yeah, I'm totally bored.
So I was lucky enough to be in the first group. So I was at Cabana Bay, which is Cabana Bay it's a moderate resort. It's really cool. It's kind of got that 50s, 60s vibe to it. Like, for example, in the shower, they have Zest soap and VO7, was it VO7,
VO5?
Yeah, shampoo.
That's awesome.
Conditioner, stuff like that. Yeah, so it's kind of retro. The alarm clock that they had was like one you got to twist up to turn the alarm on. It's all like this retro stuff.
So this is like the pop century of Universal?
Pretty much. Like the biggest thing with Universal is there's not really any value resorts. There's deluxe and there's moderate, and the value resorts are kind of the offsites, the Best Western, the Holiday Inn Express, all the stuff around there. Those are really more of the
They're good neighbor resorts kind of thing.
Yeah, good neighbor resorts. Whereas this Cabana Bay, Dockside, some of the others, those are moderates, and then you have the deluxe resort. This was actually like the closest moderate resort. Of course, your three deluxe resorts, you've got Hard Rock, Portofino, and Royal Pacific. Those are super close. Cabana Bay is just past that.
Royal Pacific.
Well, that's your crew. That's your people.
That's where I hung at. Yeah, the Royal Pacific.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's a nice theme.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
Very nice. I like that.
And so, those resorts are probably like 10, 15-minute walk to the park. I was about 20 minutes away walk. And you could take shuttles and stuff like that. But
I was about to ask about transportation options for such a far
It's super easy, man. That's what was really nice about Universal is like it's super easy to get. It's like staying at Disneyland. You don't really have to get on a bus anywhere. There are shuttles if you want them. Now, in the summer, dockside, surfside, those are a little bit further. Those are actually across I-4. If you can kind of envision that. But those two resorts are more like if you were staying at Pop Century or All Stars. That's about how far it is from the park. So it's not terrible. You can catch the Universal bus over there. It's a quick ride over.
Yeah, that's what I liked about staying on Universal properties, that I could just walk to the park. It was a little longer walk, but
it was
incredibly doable and incredibly convenient. And if you were lazy at the end of the night, you just took the water taxi back.
Yeah, if you wanted to.
Taxi.
That first day, actually, that I went to dinner in City Walk, I walked it, and it was exactly 21 minutes from Cabana Bay. So it's not terrible, and I definitely needed the exercise. So.
Did you leave behind your roommates like you did your podcast mates?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, stick.
Yeah.
Great question.
A little bit.
You were out the door early in the morning while they were still sleeping?
They woke up.
A little bit.
They woke up and it was like a piece of hair on the counter. They're like, Lee's gone.
In a banana.
I mean, I'm an early riser when it comes to the theme parks, man. I want to get my money's worth. I want to get as much as I can, out of my time. So, yeah, man, I don't sleep in when it comes to dinner, to Disney and Universal. I'm up at the butt crack of dawn.
Not when fam's on the line.
All the fam.
Got a whole lot of fam in the
More than
All about
fam.
fam.
But
that's thank you, ma'am.
Leave it on the sofa.
And, like we used Uber a lot this trip. So it kind of started like this. I actually arrived at the airport, and I stayed one night at All Stars just to be in town. Instead of flying in on Wednesday, I flew in late Tuesday, stayed at All Stars, got up in the morning, and headed over to Universal. I got in like at 8 o'clock at night, so the lines for Magical Express were not bad at all. I have heard lately a lot of horror stories about Magical Express, hour and a half long waits to get a bus.
I've been seeing that, yeah.
Yeah, but luckily, like I said, I was had a late night flight, so I don't think it was as bad. So I got lucky, like I said. I got right on the bus, headed over to
Oh, you got lucky with William?
Oh, was he gentle?
Listen, he was. He's a gentleman.
That's what's important.
We was at the movies. We was making all-star movies.
Oh.
I thought you say you're making out. I'm sorry.
That's an all-star sport.
I got confused.
Basic instinct up in that room.
Yeah. Watch that ice pick.
Ooh. So,
That bunny.
so I took the Magical Express over to All Stars.
Okay.
Was in my room by like 9 o'clock. So it wasn't bad. But then the next morning we got up. We did an Uber over to Universal. Got checked in, and that's one thing that I would start my first travel agent tip. Like, learn how to. If you don't know how to use Uber, or if you're not comfortable using Uber, in Disney it's great. It's super easy. They get there fast. I mean, it's not like you're in the middle of the city somewhere and you got to wait 15, 20 minutes for, somebody to be on your side of town to pick you up. I mean, if you're at the airport, you're at the Disney resorts, you're at the Universal resorts, there are Ubers everywhere just waiting for you to call them and come pick you up. What we did is we had to use the Uber XL because we had a lot of luggage.
And because, you're kind of big.
Yeah, kind of plus size.
Yeah. I mean, we all
I have one whole suitcase just for shoes. So
Of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
there is that. I think like the trip from Disney over to Universal was like $40 with a tip. And if you use the shuttle from the Universal provides, where they don't provide, you got to pay for it. It's like $39 a person round trip. Okay. So $78 would have cost me round trip, or $80 round trip for Uber. So I'm like, it's $2 more, and I got my own car, and I'm not in the shuttle with 20 other people. And even a couple times, man, like I know William had to go back because he was staying at Dockside and I was staying at Cabana Bay. So like he would take an Uber from Cabana Bay to Dockside and it's like $8. So like forget the shuttle, forget the bus, just get Uber, man.
Come shack up with me and we can take the Uber together.
But I believe
shut up, forget the bus.
What?
Come with me.
But I believe in the morning.
Just call me agent of the morning. Agent.
Just give me some M&Ms before you leave.
Oh. All right, come on, get to the parks. That's all we care about.
Yes.
I thought he was at the park. He's not at the park.
He's not
yet?
at the park. He's still Ubering.
Yeah, stop Ubering.
He's still Ubering.
All right, you drove. Got it. They drove
We
you.
were over to Universal. So we got checked in, all that stuff. And that first day, basically, we stayed at Volcano Bay for most of the day.
All right.
That's the water park.
How was that?
That was a lot of fun, man. I don't know that I'm going to say it's as quote-unquote good as the Disney water parks, but it was a lot of fun.
Have you been to Typhoon Lagoon Blizzard Beach?
I have before, yeah.
Okay.
One time each. I think while the theming is really pretty solid at Volcano Bay, I don't think it's quite as detailed and as Disney does, but I think that's going to be a pretty high standard to meet. And it's a water park, you just want to go on slides and sleep under an umbrella or something.
All right. Well, so tell me about the whole Tapu Tapu thing.
Tapu Tapu?
Tapu Tapu.
I don't know. That's like their... Yes.
That's their
If that's
version.
what you would do, he's at the water park?
Yes.
That's what you would watch it
Yeah,
from?
you got Tapu.
That's like their
yeah.
magic band thing, their Tapu Tapu.
All right.
Oh, I
Zapu
thought
the
him and
Tapu.
William were back in the bay.
Yeah.
Tapu Tapu.
Brokeback William?
You want to book a trip? Not yet.
Oh, Austin's Bomb. I'm sorry, Heather.
Now, one good thing about staying at Cabana Bay is you have a separate entrance to Volcano Bay. That's just for that, I guess, at that hotel.
So you can Tapu Tapu in private?
Tapu Tapu. Tapu Tapu.
You went in through the rear entrance.
Exactly right.
But carefully.
You
Yes.
Tapu Tapu that back.
And the Tapu 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 Tapu.
Oh, man. All right, cool. So one thing, if you don't know how it works, is that they give you the little band. It's like a magic band.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the rides, if they have a wait, you can just ding it, tap in, whatever you want to call it. You just scan it, you tap it, and then it tells you, hey, come back, in 30 minutes or 90 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever the case may be.
So you check in with the band as opposed to an app.
That's exactly
Is what
right.
I'm hearing. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, because if you don't want to be on your phone in a water.
Yeah, that would
That's
suck.
a good point.
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, that would be Bado.
Now, how long typically do they tell you to come back? I mean, you said 30, 90 minutes? 90 minutes
Well,
for
it depends on the ride. Just like what would the normal ride, what would the wait time be for that ride? 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 90 minutes. It all depends on the ride and how popular it is.
Yeah, but I guess that's what I'm asking. Is there like a 90-minute wait for a water attraction ride?
Yeah. So let me tell you this. Okay. So that's the perfect example. The big ride, the one where the one like you shoot you straight down, and you just whoo, like the drop was like the summit plummet.
Wait, what do you say again?
Woo! Tapu Tapu.
I think Ric Flair is going to sue us.
Woo!
All right, so they've got that. They've got a version of that at Volcano Bay. I think it's called or something. I forget what it's called.
Say again?
Say it.
Caca Enema.
Caca Enema.
Caca Enema.
What? Like phased out. But if that's the name of it, then that is a straight shoot down the Tapu
The one that
Tapu.
puts your swimsuit straight up your ass. That one.
Yeah, no, I can't
was
believe
gonna
there's a
ask
90-minute
you-
wait for that.
Oh yeah.
I was actually going to ask you that. How many of these rides stuck a swimsuit up your butt?
Mommy, can I ride the high colonic?
I need a colostomy.
That's the only one, Lee? Is that what you said?
That's the main one. That's the number one.
So that did that to you, is what you're saying?
Oh yeah, man. But so okay, let me.
Did you like it?
Oh man, it was interesting
smiling.
to say the least.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Be smart. Be happy.
I didn't need to take a shower that night. I'll just say that.
You didn't even shower and you still got a wedgie from that Slummit Plummet looking around.
Yeah. So, all right, so
thought about
let
that
me
last
use that
night.
as an example.
Okay.
Here's the problem I have with the Tapu Tapu. So that wait was 90 minutes. It was an hour and a half. We had to wait to ride that ride. Now, I'm not saying that we waited the whole hour and a half. It can go faster, just like anything, like a fast pass does. But while you're dinged in, or while you're checked into that particular ride, you cannot ride any other rides that have a wait. So there's so let's say that hey, I want to get on that one because that's the number one ride. I want to definitely ride that. I'm dinging in right now, hour and a half wait. The concept is this, I've got an hour and a half. I can go in the lazy river. I can go get lunch. I can go get on some other rides or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Just like just like the fast pass works, come back and when it dings me and then it's my turn to ride. But any other ride that has a wait, even if it's just a 10-minute wait, you cannot get on it and you cannot ding into it. You cannot check into it.
So you can't do anything until you ride that ride.
You can go on the lazy river that's basically open. There's no wait for that.
Oh, there's
you
no
can
digging
go on
there.
the not so lazy river that's a little faster. And if there is a ride that has no wait, then yes, you can get on that line. But if that ride says 10-minute wait, you can't.
So
you can't
nothing
even
that
stand in line
cuts
for
into
it.
your overall time.
Nothing.
So you can't blame
you can't even
them.
stand in line for it.
Wow.
So there's no
Because of social distancing. Got it.
No, not because of social distancing. Because that's the way the Tapu Tapu works.
Wow.
That can't be the way the Tapu Tapu works.
That
Absolutely.
it don't should be called Tapu then. It can't be Tapu Tapu. You only get one tap and you done. That's what it sounds like.
Tapu,
Yeah, Tapu we out.
Tapu wrong way up. No, wait. How come there's no wait? You're telling me there's no standby lines?
There's no standby lines. That's the whole concept of this water park is there's no standby lines.
But that has nothing to do with COVID?
No, that is how it's always been done since the Volcano Bay opened 4 years ago. That's their way of controlling the lines and controlling the crowds.
I've been to Blizzard Beach. I've been to Typhoon Lagoon many a times, and I've never waited, even for the top of the line attraction, you never wait more than 10 to 15 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now, to be fair, the whole 90 minutes, it ended up not being 90 minutes. You know, the wait time we dinged in for was 90 minutes. It probably ended up being like 60 minutes, ultimately, by the time we got called back. But for that 60 minutes, until we get off of that ride, we can't ding into anything else, and you can't wait in line for anything else.
Unless it has no wait or it has no Tapu Tapu period.
Yeah, that's no. You should have an option. You should have an option on that, even if you want to get somewhere else and you just late.
I could
and then
see
you're
it's
late.
like, oh, we dinged in. Oh, let's go in the lazy river again.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty much what you did. You know, you went on the lazy river, you went and sat on your chairs for a while and relaxed or whatever, and you
went and
wasted
macked
the
on some
60
guys.
yeah. So in Disney terms, think about it as like, you know, you got that one fast pass and you can't get anything else until you ride that fast pass.
Okay.
It's
Well,
kinda
even
the same.
Disney, like, it's more about a time thing, and then you can get another fast pass.
Well, that's what he's saying. If you put it in Disney terms, that's what it'd be like.
Yeah, but apparently here you can't even do that.
That was the weirdest thing to me is that, like, okay, I understand the fast pass concept. Like, okay, you're waiting. Let's go wait in line for this ride. And that ride may have a 60-minute wait, but I'll just ride it and wait my 60 minutes because I've got to wait 60 minutes anyway for my fast pass to come up. But that's not the way it works here. Outside, if there's any ride that has a wait time, you cannot go on it. Can't even just say, hey, I'll wait the 10 minutes in line. No, you can't.
There is no
Damn.
amusement in that park.
So when
Yeah,
you
that
say
sounds
ding, what was the sound when you Tapu Tapu? Was it just a ding? Or was it like ding?
Oh, thanks the force!
That's what I was waiting on.
Oh,
God.
It's actually kind of cool because you remember like the Tamagotchi watches you would have?
Yep.
You're a kid or whatever. Like it has like digital things on there, and it'll tell you like, hey, make sure you're getting enough water, stay hydrated. Do you need to apply more sunscreen? Make sure you're washing your hands. You know, all this kind of stuff.
that sounds like an aggravating mother.
What are you doing?
Elbows off the table.
One of the two. What are you doing? What are you out here doing? Tapu Tapu.
They're all going to laugh at you.
I don't trust it. You only need to be one place, and that's here.
Hey, you know what? Heather wouldn't do that.
No.
Never.
Heather would not do that.
Heather's awesome. And really quick, so you saying like if you went to another place and how would the other people tell?
Because there's a guy there at the entrance, and he's not going to let you in unless your band says you can come in.
So you have to put your band to something, basically. He's like, it says it's red, you can't come in.
Your Tapu Tapu has been used.
Right, that's how I want to know.
You may not enter.
Because you can't tell me I can't tap no more Tapu.
That'd be like the Kimbe Matumbo go, no, not on this ride.
No Tapu for you.
No Tapu.
Like, dang, I just want to do Tapu.
So it's Tapu, like bad poo.
Yeah, so if you tap,
Tapu,
maybe you got to go
Tapu.
poo. That'll take 60 minutes out of your time.
And you got to tap out.
It's like you tap and you're like, oh, I can't ride any other rides. Oh, poo.
Yeah, exactly.
Tapu
That's how it
Tapu.
works.
Tap on.
Tap off.
Well, I don't know if Heather will like that. I don't know if she'll like that.
All right, I'm bored of hearing about Tapu Tapu. What else we got?
Yes.
Here's something I didn't know, and I'm gonna assume Disney does this like top secret.
Top secret,
Maybe
top
not.
secret?
I'm not sure how Disney does this at their water parks, but we're going online to get on one of the rides. I don't know what is Topo Chico or whatever it's called.
Wait, what are you just making up these names?
Yes, I'm making up the names as I go because they were
Topo
all like
Chico.
Hawaiian names, and I can't even pretend to
Top
pronounce them.
Chico isn't even South
Let's
Hawaiian.
say you're riding Mechalika
Like
Yeah.
you're in Texas, I get it. You put the Hispanic thing on
When
it.
you ride Los Lobos.
yeah.
How about you go on the ride Don Ho? You're riding that Tiny
Exactly.
Bubbles attraction.
So when I was riding Livin' La Vida Loca, it was,
that is my favorite Edmund J's almost ride. Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm glad this travel report is so accurate.
I was at a Hawaiian place using Hispanic.
Tapu Chico.
This is
south of the border.
Report all about my experiences, but don't expect me to name the actual things that I went on.
I'm going to form a television show tomorrow called America's Next Top Chico. That's the plan.
Tapu Chico.
All right, so
go ahead.
I go to the next ride. I get my little band. I ding in. Tapu. I'm in, and I'm ready. I'm walking up to the ride, and the guy's like, "Hold on, wait up," and he makes me come back. And I guess I didn't step on the right thing. There's a square that you got to step on. And I'm like, oh, what's that? He goes, oh, we have to weigh you.
Oh, what? For a ride?
Yeah.
Wow. I ain't gonna make it.
They weigh you to get on the ride. And I'm like, dude, what's the max? And he's like, 300. I'm like, well, what the hell, man? Like, do I look like I'm 300? Like, I know I'm not svelte.
Your beard is at least 50 pounds, sir. And
once your beard absorbs water,
we gotta weigh that. They throw a bucket down his face. Okay.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's body shaming.
They made me wring out my beard so I weighed less.
But the world people need to attack that part of the ride.
I agree.
Right there.
Let me go use the bathroom so I can lose some weight.
That's a lot of pressure. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Go
That's
ahead.
messed up.
I assume like it's something to do with like the velocity. Like if you could like go too fast and fly out or something.
And crush a child.
Tapu. Oh my god.
You're gonna be like Homer Simpson and get stuck in the middle or something. I don't know.
Stuck in the sky. Just like I'm done.
So like there's a weight limit on the ride, and they weigh you before you go on. Now it's not like an actual scale, like you got to step on a scale, but it's a square in the ground next to the thing where you tap in and they weigh you.
That's a scale then.
Yeah, it's a scale.
I mean, it's not like it flashes like 250 for everybody to see. You know,
it's like a truck scale.
But that's worse.
You got to roll over.
That's worse.
It weighs you.
It's like a scale, like the meat scale, where like the thing tilts over and the little chain.
Yes.
Boop, boop.
No, that's worse.
Or is it like a cast member just guesses your weight?
Oh.
185.
You are fat.
You're not gonna make it, sir. The fact that he stops you, like, because I'm sure a lot of people are like, I don't want to know if I'm too big to get on this ride, so they bypass the square. That guy's like, no.
You must
not touch the square, sir.
Like, how's that not body shape? Like, what if you do weigh 300?
It is.
I mean, they see your weight. What do? They just look at you and go,
bro,
like that?
Yeah.
And then, I mean, then the people know.
They put the armor on the shoulder and take you to the side thing. That's what it is.
Right?
Come on,
They
son.
say, come on, dude. We gotta talk.
They're like, look, just be brave. You're
too fat to
big.
slide.
Can you imagine that?
Like some of the rides, if you're a certain size or shape, that you can't go on them, so they have like the test cars outside and in the actual theme parks.
Yeah, like Pandora. You sit in the thing
it's
there.
kind
Yeah.
of like
They have a test tube.
Oh, man. Can you imagine you stand on the square and then like the cast member is snickering and he hides his face? You're like, okay.
You know what? Six Flags, I got kicked off of a roller coaster because I couldn't get I was too heavy.
To get the
Get out of here.
Yeah. I mean, I was able to click the belt, but I guess I couldn't click it far enough.
Oh.
And so he said, yeah, you can't ride this ride. I'm like, what?
Did you do like
crazy.
a on him or a haka? What do you call it?
No, I walked off
Declare
with the tail
war?
between my legs, and I'm just like, well, damn.
Oh,
Man, I felt,
Yeah,
I
that
felt
hurts.
bad. Yeah, it was.
That carousel's a bitch.
Because they had to hold the train, so I had to get my fat ass off.
But that's like a warning they should give you before you
It's
get
Six
in
Flags.
the
They give you
queue.
shit.
That's
Oh,
why
my
they
bad.
don't. That's why they not open no more down here.
I agree. Like, people over such and such weight limit cannot ride
Yeah.
this ride. You will be weighed. So that
Yes.
way you don't have to be in
Right.
line.
It's
the
like,
bear
like,
hat.
dude, I know I'm pushing 300. Maybe I
Right.
shouldn't chance it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You know who doesn't have to worry about that? I don't think Heather has to worry about that.
No.
I don't think so.
She's
I
going to be
think
fine.
she's
She can ride all that
It's good.
Yeah.
in her little Leo bikini.
But Lee got stopped.
What kind of bikini is she wearing?
Teeny weeny yellow bikini.
Oh.
Itsy
give the-
bitsy, too.
Get Frankie
That she wore for
Avalon.
the first time today?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Very
Yes.
nice. That's what you get for doing your own podcast.
Also, she's a woman, damn it.
I know. The man made you. The dude didn't even say, oh, look, you know what? He could pass. That dude said, no, put your feet on the square. That's just bad right
That's
there
all I'm
for
saying.
you.
Like,
Both
like,
feet.
like that'd be like if you carded me. Like, come on, man. You know I'm 21.
Oh, you
It's
saying
the same thing.
You were like, you know I'm big. You know I'm too big to get on this. That what you saying? That's not
No,
what you
like,
saying.
I'm just saying. Like he could have looked at me and been like, "Nah, that dude's not 300."
He was scared to be Kevin Smith off that ride.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like you, Yeah.
Too fat to slide.
Too fat to slide.
He wanted you to
Yeah.
step on it because he wasn't sure.
That's
what I'm saying.
crazy.
No, they probably got like the cast members probably got like side bets, like, hey, how much you did this fat ass
Probably
weigh?
so.
right?
They're called team members. They're not cast members.
I would have the same. I would probably have the same issue. I'm sure if I bypass it, like, no, sir, you're 6'2". You gotta be close.
That ride is scary, but the scariest part is actually getting into that tube and waiting for it to the thing to fall out from under you. Like, oh, that was terrible, man. Like, I had no problem riding it, but like the anticipation of that drop was the worst. Because you know that Summit Plummet, you kind of just sit there and you just inch yourself like that. On this one, you're standing on a thing and it drops out from under you.
Oh, it's like the Aqua Dunk.
Yeah,
Aqua Dunk
is
does
it
that.
okay?
Yeah.
Does it do the same thing?
Yeah, the floor drops out and you drop.
Yeah, the floor drops out. And I'm
Sounds
like,
like
dude,
something
that
off
is-
Fear Factor.
it was scary. Now, one thing that I will say, if here's going to be your travel agent tip: if it's in your budget and you can get one, rent those cabanas, man. Like we had one of the girls rented the cabana. We all split it. They're anywhere from $350 to $500, depending on what time of the year you get it and how many are left and things like that. It's got a fridge in there that's fully stocked with bottled water.
Oh, beer.
It's a locker to put all your stuff in there. You got your own personal locker.
Private bathroom?
I like
no,
that.
not a private bathroom, but it's close to the bathrooms.
Don't like that.
You got all the electrical places to charge your phones and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
You got a waitress that comes and goes. They'll take your
nice.
drink orders, bring all that stuff.
And-
But here, this is the one thing that I was like super crazy. I thought this was a game changer. So when you're doing the tapu, you got to walk over to the ride, check in, and then come back later, right? Here, there's a tapu station in your cabana. So all you got to do is just scroll up and be like, oh, I want to ride that. Boop. You ding it right there in your own cabana.
Oh, lovey, I want to
Whoa.
ride this now. Okay, ding.
Yeah.
But you can't go to any other cabana until you get on the ride.
Bring me wine
You can't go to your
and
neighbor's
cheeses.
cabana until you finish
Yeah,
that cabana.
Get out of my cabana. I saw that you did the tapu. You gotta go ride the ride now. You can't be here for 20 minutes. No.
Get off my wife.
She's not a ride you on for 20 minutes. No.
But there's no wait.
Does not matter. She's not Lazy River. No. She active.
She's not so lazy, River.
She Hottie River.
Oh, so now that when you and William had y'all's private cabana,
That happened?
isn't that what he was saying?
What's happening?
You and
Well,
William
it
had
wasn't just, it was like 6 of us. We all split it.
Oh, okay.
It's like
Oh.
Caligula.
Wait, so
Totally.
how much are these cabanas? Are they Disney prices or what?
They're like I said earlier, $350 to $500 depends on the season.
$350.
So
'Tis the season for loving.
Tis the season to cabana with you.
and
It's the
there's cabanas
time.
throughout the whole park too. I mean, like there's every time you turn a corner, there's some cabanas. So they're on different areas.
Everybody
and
is
stuff.
like just 6 travel agents all shacked up together, just sweating in the
If
in
it's
the
6
love.
people, that's roughly $60 a person for the day. That's not bad.
That's good math.
Now, were y'all all wearing face masks in the cabana?
no face masks in the water parks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, because
and
the
you know
chlorine,
there's
we
no face
established
masks outside either at this point.
Yeah, no, I know that, but I didn't know whether or not if cabanas were considered indoor.
Did you ask to see if the other people that you were with were tested, vaccinated, anything?
Nah, I did not, man. You just got to take your chances now, man. Like you don't know who's
Ooh.
Take a
vaccinated.
chance, take a chance,
I
take a
guess
chance,
so.
chance. Take a chance.
Tell them
Wait,
what you want, what you really, really want.
Has William called you up since then and said, Lee, I just went to
I
the
got some
clinic.
bad news.
I'm having your baby.
You got herpes simplex 10.
Simplex 10. Who told him?
I think that would be best.
Yeah, you never get that from Heather.
And if you don't want to springboard the cabana, you can get they have, of course, like the regular chairs you can just lay out. You just grab a chair or whatever. But there's another section where they've got like 2 chairs and they got like a cover that goes over it. 2 chairs, the little cover, and a locker. And that's like $150.
Damn.
All right.
$150.
2 chairs.
Lock better talk to me.
Chero.
So-
Yeah,
Not
be
bad.
like, hey, look, don't forget your wallet you left in me.
Man, if your locker talks to you, ain't going to say nothing nice. It's going to be like, buy more sunscreen.
Zombie.
You're not going to make it.
You look too heavy to ride the slide.
Don't step on the
Oh,
square.
wait, that's a good point. Is there a weighting scale at the
I
cabana?
probably
That would be useful, wouldn't it?
So, like, you don't have to worry about tapping if you think you're too heavy for the ride?
They should ask you your weight before you buy tickets to the damn thing. All right, well, let's jump into the actual theme parks. I had 2 days, day and a half to do both parks. It was definitely plenty of time with the express pass and all that. And I didn't really plan it this way, but I kind of ended up doing like all the big rides on one day and all the normal quote unquote rides the second day. So before I get into that, I'm going to give a quick shout out. This is a shout out to Scott. Scott is a former cast member of All Stars. He now runs his own delivery service, Magical Vacation Groceries. Dude was on top of it. He got my bananas and my M&Ms and everything to the resort in a timely manner.
What?
Only charged me.
I thought you gave your banana to William.
No, that was on Hagrid's. But
good potassium.
Hagrid would be considered a bear.
No, but this gentleman got everything to me on time, brought it up, delivered it to the room, all that kind of stuff. $20 is going to be a lot cheaper than
Garden Grocer, for sure.
Yeah, Garden Grocer. And, and if not, there's a lot of cast members right now that have these side hustles. Go on the Facebook page, Ear for Each Other. There's a million people out there doing a million things.
Ear for each other, huh?
Ear for Each Other.
Oh, I get it.
They're all laid off cast members that are all, kind of doing their side jobs and stuff like that. So it's a cool place to.
So it's a shout out for Ear for Each Other as well.
It's a shout out to specifically Scott. From Magical Vacation Groceries, who's helped me get my bananas and my
M&Ms.
M&Ms.
You eat the bananas this time?
I ate all but 2. There was only 2 left. And to be fair,
and there was a Williams and Scott's.
Yeah, to be fair, I've said to Scott that I wanted 2 or 3 bananas, and he brought me like 3 pounds of bananas. So,
okay,
man, look, that's fam for you right there.
Man.
That's fam.
Yeah,
that's fam for you.
I did way better this trip.
Man, so you were like had bananas coming at you from left and right, man.
I had bananas in my tailpipe.
Yeah. You ain't fall for it. You just took it. Just
like,
fell out from the sky. Bananas.
It was like a bathroom stall full of glory holes and bananas.
Don't you feel cheap? Don't you feel cheap? We bought it bananas. He was like, I'll let that rot. Over there, he goes over there and says, give me all the bananas.
Yeah, all the
bananas.
Took
the bananas. Man, look.
Exactly.
As your boy, I feel a little cheap.
Like a champ, man.
Yeah,
like
man.
A champ.
Like Ali or Tyson in his prime.
All right, so let's talk about locker. This is the biggest pain in the ass in the world. Are these friggin' lockers, man?
I thought the banana was a kind of a pain.
They're soft. That's not a pain in the ass at all. I mean, it makes sense. All these roller coasters are, you're flipping upside down, you do loops, corkscrews, all this other stuff. So you can't have, a backpack at your feet or whatever, like you can at Disney. But so you got to put your stuff in the locker. So that's your travel agent tip right there. Pack light, man, because the locker that they give you for free, it's like the side deposit box. It's like all I had on me was a camera bag. I didn't have a backpack. I didn't carry a water bottle, none of this other stuff. I just had a small camera bag. And that thing, like, I had to maneuver it so much, like take the camera out of the bag, squish the bag, put the camera in. Some rides you can't take your phone on, so you got to put your phone in there. Some rides, they don't want anything in your pockets, no change, nothing. Like you can't even have a penny in your pocket. You got to put all that shit in the locker and till you're done with the ride.
Got to put your change in, your phone in,
hide your keys, hide your camera,
hide your wives.
Now, for $2, you can rent the big lockers. That's real easy. Pop it open, throw it in there, good to go. The problem is, like, inevitably, whatever locker you need to get into, there's another person, like, in front of your locker getting into their locker. So it's just a whole pain in the ass. There's nothing you can do about it. Just be prepared for it and know that, to me, it was worth the $2 every time to not have to finagle my bag into this little safe deposit box.
So it's like when we were in high school, like Kevin and
like
Daddy,
that,
when we were in high school, I should say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I remember going to Universal having to deal with those lockers. It's nice, but it's like, dang, it's a pain in the butt.
Just may as well leave everything in your car if that's the case.
Or just, put everything in your cargo shorts.
Or your socks.
What about the fanny pack?
Yeah, the fanny packs. That's still in style. Man,
I saw them at TJ Maxx.
You can't have nothing. My understanding is that somebody's phone flew out on the Hulk, hit somebody in the head, and killed him.
Whoa, wait. Is that real?
I don't know if it's real. I haven't researched it, but someone told me that. So I'm just...
Well, the Hulk, but when that ride starts, you're like, room, and you're gone. So Hulk! And so, like, maybe that person was on the phone when they weren't supposed to.
Right. But I'm saying, like,
are you high enough up? Like, this is not like I heard that if you drop like a quarter off the Empire State Building,
it crushes somebody.
Yeah, like,
I don't know, man. I mean, you can Google it. I'm just telling you that they won't let you take anything on the rides now.
Okay.
Like, you can't even have pockets. You go through metal detectors. So
good point. Well, good. It's true.
You have to use the lockers. Basically, you have no choice.
Okay. We got that established.
Lockers.
Yeah.
Pop, Truck, and Lock.
Just be ready for that.
Lockers.
Yeah, could you lock your stuff up in Gringotts? I hear that's the safest place in Hogwarts.
Oh man, it could be that big ass dragon over there.
There you go.
Protect it. Gringotts is just like any other 4D rides. You know, you get in the car, it shifts, it bumps you around. There's a screen, all this kind of stuff. Hagrid's motorcycle was awesome. Like,
I want to ride that roller coaster bad.
That was super cool.
I'm itching to ride that one.
I thought Gringotts was cool.
Gringotts was okay. Here's the one thing that I definitely know about Universal more than anything else, and I kind of knew this already, but it's either big ass roller coasters or it's 3D rides. And that's it. and Seuss Landing. I'm surprised like you like those stuff because you get motion sickness so bad.
No, Gringotts was easy as
no problem.
Pie, yeah, no. In fact, like we had a 7-year-old. No, I'm sorry. At this point in time, she would have been 6-year-old, and she was scared. And I went on there and I'm like, baby, it's nothing. I assure you. You go in there, you ride it, and you do good. I'll get you a toy or something like that. She rode it like a champ. Had no issue with it whatsoever.
Yeah, no, it was a good ride.
It's cool and it's done well, but it's the same concept as all the other rides that are in the park. It's get a thing, sit down.
Did you ride the Mummy?
Yes, I did the Mummy.
One of my favorite coasters.
Sure.
I love that.
That was actually the first ride I did after I made sure to get all the Harry Potter stuff out of the way first. Then I did the Mummy. Got stuck in the hot part.
Did you do the Spider-Man ride?
Did Spider-Man?
Good.
All that kind of stuff. Hulk, Skull Island. Again, I can go through them all, but Gringotts was pretty cool. Hagrid's was the best to me of the 3 rides. It's
even of the Forbidden Journey thing.
See, like Forbidden Journey, I did it before, and I went this time, and it was okay. Okay, so maybe part of it too is you got to keep your mask on right now indoors, and man, like I don't know why, but that bothered me. Like, got a little motion sickness. I can't focus real good because the mask is right up here on your face.
Okay.
So it's kind of messing up your peripherals. I would say still I like Hagrid's the best out of all 3.
Okay.
Sure. Forbidden Journey also too, and maybe it's just like not remembering from the first time I rode it right, but the effects don't seem as crisp as I remember them being. I don't think that stuff can fade. It's not film, but
what did William think?
He didn't ride it with me, man. He was asleep in the room.
Oh, you left him.
It was the early morning.
Man, I got to get up at 8 o'clock. Be at the park for 8.
William can hang with us then.
I like on Hagrid's the ride system because you got one guy in the motorcycle and you got one guy in the sidecar. That's pretty cool.
What were you? Was it a side chick? Or
I was in the sidecar. I was a side.
Okay, cool.
He was a side beard.
He was a side beard. Yeah. Well, look, man, the most important thing, Velocicoaster. That's like the big thing they're opening this summer.
Let's get to that.
You rode that?
Definitely rode that. Now, it's not officially open yet, but it was open.
Yeah, no,
I don't know if they call it a soft opening or not because they were just running that thing 24/7. It never stopped running.
No express pass
for that. Yeah,
yes.
No express pass for that. But I waited like 60 minutes. It wasn't bad. I mean, for new coaster, I mean, that's not a bad
what we
wait
did
to
with
me.
the Millennium Falcon ride. It was 60 minutes.
The theming is pretty cool, but it's also kind of cheesy at some part. Like there's some guns and lockers.
I prefer Guns N' Roses.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
How much does the gun lockers cost?
The gun lockers.
I need a gun
Those
locker.
are in Texas.
That's with your exes.
Yes.
These guns looked like Nerf guns. They look so cheap. I swear to God, they look terrible. I'm like, what is going on with the theming in this thing?
So it's different than Eli's gun show.
Yeah, definitely.
Show them the guns, Eli.
But the ride itself is, I mean, if you like roller coasters, you're going to love it, man. Lots of big drops, loops, corkscrews. You're going upside down over the water.
Yeah, they got a heartline twist over the water.
There's like one part, every roller coaster where you get to that one part where it slows you down a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you see the tracks, right? And you're like, we're about to slow down. No, you're going faster. It just shoots you like through that area right there. It's amazing. Like you think you're going to slow down and just boom, it just shoots you through the thing.
Velociraptors
don't
care.
The top. It's amazing.
Velociraptor don't care.
Velociraptor don't care.
Why should I just send that person right there till they do? Velociraptor don't care.
Velociraptor is the honey badger of the dinosaur kingdom.
Apparently so.
They don't care.
They don't care.
And they're very smart.
But it's a fun ride, man. Like it was definitely worth the 60-minute wait for sure.
Cool. Oh, we should do a trip there too. I think that'd be fun.
Quick little note on all the rides. As you get towards the actual attraction to get in, there's a cast member, a team member.
Yes. They're not
team member giving hand sanitizer.
Oh,
very good. Very
ride,
self-conscious.
Hand sanitizer. And so the one in the Velocicoaster, he was at the lines like, "I got your raptor spit." raptor spit. Come get your raptor spit. And he was putting it in your hand. I thought it was funny.
I prefer raptors who swallow, but okay.
Their teeth, man. You gotta watch out for them teeth, yo.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true.
I'd rather than make breakfast.
No teeth.
Oh, no.
No teeth in my house.
So here's your next travel agent tip. I've probably said this before, but if you don't know this, there's no reason unless you're just going for one day to ride like one or two rides, no reason not to get the park-to-park ticket. You can walk just like Disneyland. And not quite as convenient as Disneyland because you got to walk through City Walk, but
unless you take the train.
So that's the other thing. You have to have the park-to-park. Yeah, you got to have the park-to-park to ride Hogwarts.
Yes.
So
the Express.
Yes.
Yeah, Hogwarts Express. Yes. But again, like the parks are so close together, there's no reason not to get the park-to-park ticket. Just you get bored over here, boom, go over there. You get tired of this, go over there. Super easy.
No, that was very convenient. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. You're right. It is.
Didn't get to ride the Rock and Rip ride. Take your face off, whatever.
Rock and River, who gives a crap?
It was down the whole time, so I didn't get to ride that.
Oh, did you ride Jimmy Fallon?
You know, I almost did, but at that point, it's like, it's just going to be the same thing. Like, I'm going to go on this ride. I'm going to sit in a car. We're going to go left. We're going to go right, up and down, bump, bump. Oh, something's going to make us fall off a cliff. Oh, someone's going to save us. It's the same thing. Like, every ride is
like
the same
Simpsons,
thing.
yeah.
Save us, Jimmy Fallon.
You get saved by Jimmy Fallon. They ain't nothing but Taxi.
Yeah.
Did you ride Men in Black?
I did ride Men in Black. So
how'd you do?
Alien picked
I lost.
you up.
Oh, you lost. I think the theming of the queue of that ride is pretty cool. Because
it was fun.
There's one point where you walk into like that stream in the movie where they have the screen. They have all the aliens working the desk, like keeping track.
Yeah.
of all the
like yes.
That's a great.
That's a great.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of like the Spider-Man ride that has a Daily Bugle. I think they did a great job with the theming of that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So maybe he won, but they neuralized him, and he thinks he lost.
Oh, that's true. Did they tapu?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Throughout both parks, Walt Disney and Universal, I was doing like little dad jokes throughout the day.
I
and
saw
video,
that because I follow you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I saw
like
a couple.
I would, I just would go on Google, be like, dinosaur jokes, Universal jokes, Disney jokes, Simpson jokes, blah 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 blah. Well, I got in trouble, not in trouble, but like it really effed me up with Men in Black jokes.
Men in Black jokes?
Oh,
She was like, whoa, I need to clear this browsing history real quick. Like, that was not a good choice to type into Google.
Oh, what kind of jokes did you have to say on that one there?
Your mama so fat jokes is what it was. Your mama so fat when she sits around the house, she sits around the house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that kind of joke.
Yeah, your mama's so fat, she had a Malcolm XT and the helicopter landed on her.
Your mom's so fast she jumped up to the air and got stuck. That's always a
That's always a good one.
That's always a good one.
Put on a belt with a boomerang.
Yeah.
That was another one.
Your mom's so dumb she couldn't put M&Ms in alphabetical order.
Yeah, your mom's so dumb she don't know how to cook minute rice. Yeah.
Kong, Skull Island.
Yes.
Man, what a cool looking ride that just sucks so bad.
Okay.
Really? Why?
Oh, man. It just, I guess at that point I was just kind of over all the digital cameras and I don't know.
The screens and stuff?
The part that's supposed to bring you into the ride?
Well, what really messed it up, there's the plexiglass now in the ride between you and the other riders.
Oh.
And so the effects are bouncing off the plexiglass and
I could see that. Okay.
yeah.
Fair
so
enough.
It's kind of like, it kind of threw it off.
Yeah,
man.
that was one cool thing about Jaws is it was one of the few rides over there that's all practical effects.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you never knew when that chalk was popping out.
And it still has the same...
Well, unless you were
Impact,
before.
yeah.
But yeah, it did. It had the same impact. You're sitting right at water level, so it was really cool. Yeah, they've gotten rid of so many, so many practical effects for visual TV screen effects, and some of that's just a mistake. I mean, that's one of the reasons I like Spider-Man so much is you get so caught up in you don't know what's a real effect and what's a digital effect after a while. I mean, you just kind of get absorbed into that ride. I mean, Jurassic World or Park, I guess it is another one that still has practical effects. But yeah, they're losing them too much overuse of screens. I would agree with that.
No, I agree with that because like the original Kong attraction that used to be there, I thought was really cool. You rode a cable car in San Francisco. And it freaking dropped you. Like the Kong showed up, the big animatronic.
Yep.
Hit the car.
Now, I don't know if it's the same one, but there is an animatronic in it.
No, it's not the same one.
They revamped their tracks. Yeah, because they rebuilt it. I forget. I can't remember if they rebuilt it in Japan or California, but the version that we have now is a version that they rebuilt for California and Japan I can't remember which one.
No, I remember the original one in California burned down.
Oh yeah, that's when they replaced it with a tram ride. They put Skull Island in the tram ride.
Yes.
So that's the version we got,
and then we lost our version for the Mummy.
Yes, that's correct. Yes, we lost our version for the Mummy, which I'm okay with, but. I thought that the original Kong attraction back in the day was really cool. I thought that was really nice. Mm-hmm. The same thing with the Earthquake attraction.
I remember riding it. It was really cool.
Awesome. Yeah. I do miss those original Universal attractions, but I understand what you're saying, Lee.
I prefer riding through New York not knowing where King Kong is as opposed to riding through Skull Island and seeing Kong fight a dinosaur.
That's right.
All right, so quick travel agent tip here for Universal. Disney, you've got magic bands. You don't have that here. So you've got to keep up with a park ticket, and you got to keep up with your room key. If you're staying in a deluxe resort, that room also your express pass. So you got a lot of stuff to keep in. You'll see everyone with these lanyards on, and that's basically how everyone does it. They get a lanyard, got a little plastic pouch. Mm-hmm. So if you flip your ticket around to where the barcode's on the outside, and then you flip the room key around to where that barcode's on the outside, you can just, VIP pass. Like boom,
you can Wayne's World it, man, all the way through.
Yeah, exactly. And they're going to be scanning that express pass at the beginning of the ride, sometimes in the middle or at the end as well. So you always got to have that ready. And that's room key works like that because you don't have to slide the room key in. You just put it up to the door. So that works fine. Cool. You got to use the ticket for your lockers, all that stuff. So
you like saying boop, don't you?
Yeah.
Betty boop. Yeah. Boop.
He likes to get dinged and boop.
Ding and boop.
Ding and boop.
And then you already should know this, but if you don't, if you want the express pass, just stay at the deluxe resort. You might depending on your makeup of your party, might be able to save a little money doing a moderate resort with adding the express pass on, but 9 times out of 10, it's just the same price, if not even less, to stay at the deluxe resort and get the express pass.
I think last time I did it, I was still staying on Disney property, and I just went there for the day.
Just went over.
And I bought the express pass at the little kiosk. By the
well, here, dude, so check this out. I told you I was staying at Cabana Bay, right? And that's a moderate resort, so I don't get the express pass.
Yep.
So what we did is 5 of us went in on a one-night room at Royal Pacific. We paid for that room, split it between 5 of us. We never set foot in the room, but we got the express pass.
Nobody got it. Y'all didn't take turns sleeping in the room?
No, I planned on it. I was like, man, I'm going to go take a nap.
But you couldn't convince William to go.
Yeah, he's like, no, man. No. I don't roll like that. So
that's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm not liking William. I really kind of feel like I thought it was your fault at first, but now I'm kind of siding with you.
I'll tell you what, Heather would have stayed at least one night in the Pacific.
That's where she's staying when she goes. So.
Oh, is she really?
Yeah.
Heather, good. That's a good job, girl.
Yeah.
Right on.
So, but anyway, so in your example, Kevin, you could have just paid for a room, one night's room at one of the deluxe resorts, and it probably would have been less than paying for the express pass, depending on how many people you had.
And who could I book that with?
No hassle,
right, raising your hand on a podcast doesn't work, Lee.
Yeah, but you just got fam though, Lee. So, I mean,
you got fam.
Prior to that, we couldn't, and now we can trust you.
Well, I just did.
Now you know that I know.
Universal.
You know that I
and
know.
knowing's half the battle.
No hassle, Vika.
That's why Heather booked with you, so that's awesome.
Moving on to the next day at Universal. Like I said, I didn't plan this, but this was the day I ended up doing like all the smaller stuff. Simpsons, did the whole Simpsons area, Spider-Man, Transformers.
You did E.T.?
E.T., Minions.
Can't believe that's still there.
Men in Black. E.T. is something else, man. Like
it used to be the bomb of the day, and it's deteriorated.
It's interesting. You can tell.
E.T., you the bomb at Universal.
E.T. like.
Oh my goodness! All them little baby ETs were crazy looking. Like I was like, "What?"
No, but it's like at the end when they read your name, they're supposed to read your names off when you read the cards.
Yeah,
but it's like the audio is so now it's
never
like,
worked.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Chewbacca.
Thank you, E.T.
Yeah, it's like thanks, E.T. But no, I mean the ride is still cool. I dug it but
it's cool.
They
but
need
it's dated, man. I mean, I really wish they would take it and redo it.
Well, yeah, they need to update it. I agree, because I still think the part where the bikes jump over the cops, I still think is a cool effect. Where it's a ceiling suspended ride system, so you could do a lot of that stuff with
it's kind of Peter Pan-ish, I guess.
Yeah, E.T. making your ride.
Don't hate on when you alien on the bike with ET. Like, you mess with my childhood right now. I'm just saying.
They need to redo that. I mean,
They can redo it, but just don't take that out.
If we went, I would definitely ride that just for nostalgia's sake.
I could see definitely it's a nostalgia thing. Like
it needs to be redone.
That made me believe.
That was the last ride we rode at Universal. Was ET.
Yeah.
I remember when that ride used to have like lines out the wazoo.
Yeah.
But nowadays it's like
I rode on it in college.
we should do a Universal trip. In fact, we should do a Universal trip to California because they have the original tram ride, the tour tram ride, which is awesome.
Are we gonna do it?
I'm always gonna pick California over Florida.
I'm game with that too.
I mean, they still have Jaws. I mean, I love seeing the shark.
So we need to think about this California trip now that they've opened it. But anyway, yeah. So I digress. Sorry,
but I know, like I said, man, it would be great if they would redo it. But I get the feeling that it's just the time is going to be soon.
It's going to go away.
Else with it. Yeah,
I can see that. I mean, the movie's been out for a long time. But anyway, go ahead.
Our generation, it'll die with our generation, though.
Yeah. I don't know, man. They've been rebooting stuff, man. They've been rebooting stuff like crazy. Would you be surprised if in another 5 years you hear about an ET reboot?
If they reboot ET, it's going to be like ET with a machine gun doing some weird stuff. It's going to be something like different.
Wait, Lee, did you say it's going to be BET?
It's going to be BET.
It's going to be BET. All the families, like brothers and stuff.
ET's gone gangster.
ET's up there in the hood.
He's got Atlanta housewife now.
They shooting up there, like ET's putting his little finger, like the bullet ricochets back at the people that shot at him.
ET, Papa capping your ass.
my brother's keeper.
Yes. You see ET come out in the wig looking like Faith Evans.
You're going to have like Boys in the Hood scene, and he's going to be going, Elliot!
They gonna, like, the kid's gonna have ET, they gonna fly over the cop, the kid gonna tell ET, keep going. We out of here.
All right, Lee, where are you taking us now?
All right, so, and that was pretty much the whole trip on Universal. I'll get to kind of a wrap up on Universal at the end. But,
wait, Lee, did you get a big ass donut from the Simpsons cafeteria?
You know what? So travel agent tip, at least for right now.
Yeah.
Man, you need to know how to use the mobile ordering because the lines for food were longer than any other lines in the park.
Longer than your beard. Okay.
Longer than my beard. I mean,
that's
the lines in the food areas were way worse than the actual attraction lines. It was crazy.
Really?
Like you never were able to just walk up somewhere and grab something to eat. You had to wait. I don't care what it was. If you just wanted a Coke, a pretzel, empanada, whatever. There was at least 5-10 people in every single car.
Because of that wait for the ride.
You couldn't tapu for a Coca-Cola?
You could,
but then you couldn't get any other food until you got the Coca-Cola.
You know what, though? That's okay. Now you see the reason. Look, now you see the reason for the tapas, right? You can't get on any other ride until you do this ride. But if you want to go and buy some more stuff while you wait for the ride, right? No one stopped you from that.
Well, wait, Lee, did you tell Heather about the tactic of mobile ordering?
Yes, I made sure that she understands that because it's going to be. Now, again, this could change as things ramp up and they get more staff and they can open more food places and things like that. But definitely right now, you need to, number one, you need to have dining reservations. We had a couple dining reservations at City Walk, luckily, but people were walking up behind me and they were telling them it was going to be 2.5 hours before they could seat them.
Damn, dude. Like, I went during Thanksgiving. We just went in whatever restaurant we went
I'm just telling you, like, right now, it's not like that, dude.
So, wait, you had reservations? Where did you eat at? Let's talk about food real quick.
Universal, I was going to wrap the dining up at the end.
Well, I got a question about Universal real quick. Didn't you say that the Simpsons area on the whole was better than any of the Harry Potter stuff?
So, yeah, that was what I wanted to end with.
Oh, so I wanted to say, go f*** yourself. That is a horrible opinion.
I'm not telling you it was more detailed, but I've had more fun checking out all the Simpsons stuff than I did the Harry Potter stuff.
You know what? You sound like the guy who goes into Ruth's Chris and like, this isn't as good as the Applebee's. You can tell the man eats at like fucking Jack in the Box and Buc-ee's and stuff like that. When you walk through Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade and you take in all that is Harry Potter and you walk away saying the friggin' carnival, like it's basically Chester and Hester's Dinorama.
Okay.
With a repurposed Back to the Future ride. And you're going to say that's better?
We're going to the future, Marty.
It's your kids. They're assholes.
That's better than the Simpsons ride is what he's saying. You say you disagree with
I'm not even saying the ride. I have more fun checking out all the stuff in the Simpsons area than I did because I don't know anything about Harry Potter.
You like that big donut?
Yeah, me too.
I have never read a book, never seen any of the movies, so it just doesn't do anything for me.
Did you get the donut? Like Kevin's,
No,
I'm sorry.
but I
Kevin's
had,
original question was about the donut. So did you?
I had a Duff beer.
Oh, okay, that works too.
Like orange soda,
beer.
Wait, you had a Duff beer?
It's not alcoholic. It's an orange soda.
Our whole crew rode that, and that was the one ride everyone unanimously agreed on. We're not doing that Simpsons shit ever again.
It was rough.
It's
man.
rough. No, it's rough.
That ride got me sick.
And that's nothing against the Simpsons.
It's a
it
rough
was
ride.
like that when it was Back to the Future.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Okay.
That's a rough ride.
I did Back to the Future.
Back to Future, I liked it, but it was rough.
It was hard.
That's no joke.
Yeah, it
But
was like
that's the one ride. Everything else is a pay-for-play carnival atmosphere, again to Chester and Esther.
Yes.
Beyond
it's got
that,
the little spinner ride, and that's it.
I just don't get how you could possibly have more fun there than you had on the Hogwarts Express,
Spider-Man.
Well, you know what? We need to go with him.
But he's
and
not
educate him.
But no, but
He needs to come with us.
To Lee's credit, though, Lee has a very particular taste in like
Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson has a particular set of skills.
Yes, he does, and I don't want to go up against him.
Right.
But yeah, our Liam, he has a very
Let me just clarify what I'm saying.
All right.
Before you do that,
all the Harry Potter stuff is amazing as far as the details, all the shops, the signs, the leaky cauldron. It's got a little drip coming down it. There's the gift shop back in Deathly Hallows, the big dragon that breathes fire. I mean,
you got the 3 broomsticks too. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. It's at Disney level. You know what I mean? It's just that I don't know what this place that sells turtle frogs or chocolate frogs or whatever. I don't know what that means.
That's what I could identify. Yeah. That's what I could
identify. It's like when I go to Simpsons, like, there's a Quickie Mart and there's the Bumblebee guy.
You know that brand more so than Harry Potter.
That's what I was saying. He's aware.
So that's all I'm saying. And the rides in Hogwarts and that was way better. Of course, but just walking around, I'm like, oh, look at that. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I like that. Oh, check this out. So
did you ride the Hippogriff Coaster?
I've ridden it before, but I didn't ride it this time.
Oh, okay, it's cute.
Okay, I can get what he's saying up to a point, but that's again, well done theming and being able to be present in the land itself.
No, Dan, I see your point. It's more immersive in the Harry Potter than
exactly.
Sure,
I mean,
absolutely. The Simpsons.
Whether you know what it's all about or not, it's like, whoa! I really kind of feel like I'm in a different place. Like even like when you're in the Simpsons. I mean, it's very obvious. I mean,
yeah, you can see across the lake all the other attractions and stuff. Whereas when you're in the Harry Potter area, you are in it. You don't see anything else but that.
Okay,
so,
right.
All right.
So that's the one thing I would take issue with. And please, look, you say whatever you want to people who don't book with you because they heard about you from Magic Our Way. But if they book with you from Magic Our Way, please do not advise them to spend any more time in the Simpsons area than they need to.
Hey, wait, Heather, let us know what you think, man.
Yes.
Simpsons area, Harry Potter area. Heather, let us know. Show at magicourway.com.
Ooh, heated topic.
Yes.
All right, so that's the day there. I kind of wrapped up. The park actually closed early, around 6 that day. They had some kind of a private event, so that worked out good. I was able to, head over to Disney, got an Uber over to Disney, and went over to Art of Animation.
All right. So now we're going to Disney.
Yeah, so we stayed at the Art of Animation, stayed at Nemo Suite.
Great little place. All right.
Now, we stayed at the Nemo Suite at Art of Animation, and this is the preferred location. I already know this. I understand that it's closer to everything and so on and so forth. But when you actually stay there, it's worth the extra money you spend. It's not that much more to stay in that location. You're right outside of the food court. You walk out of the food court, and there's Nemo. Boom. There's the big pool. You go to the end of the Nemo section. There's the where you get on the Skyliner. It's super convenient. Unless you got a kid that absolutely just has to stay in Cars or Lion King, just spend a little bit of extra and stay at Nemo.
Question: how many people slept in the Nemo Suite?
So in this one, now it sleeps 6.
Right.
It holds 6 people.
Yeah.
That is one thing I will tell you that I would not recommend this for like 5 adults, 6 adults. It's a lot smaller than it seems when you look at it online or you look at it.
Okay, so I was going to say my wife, me, and my daughter stayed in there, and
was it tight?
The word "suite" that's 3 people, one of which being half a person, and it was like,
it's pretty tight.
Yeah,
it's a lot smaller than it looks. Now, I I would think that would be somewhat comfortable, though. I mean, you got your own room. She sleeps on the sofa, whatever.
What? I get my own room. I put my wife on the sofa.
Your daughter.
He said the kid on the...
No wonder your wife wasn't happy to see you when you came home.
Put the kid by the window.
Oh, shoot. I got to give up to bed. Last week is home.
The sun comes through, wakes the kid up first.
Well, I was going to say, so I have a family of 5, so we would be uncomfortable is what
You're not going to
hearing.
make it, is what he's saying.
Well, okay.
Is that what y'all saying? Like I shouldn't book that room?
No, you could book that room, but y'all have to be kind of bohemian in your lifestyle choices. I mean, like it would be your wife and one kid in the main bedroom, then you and another kid, depending upon size, on the sofa bed. But then there's a pull-out, kind of like a Murphy bed.
Oh, wow.
That turns into into like a table.
Imagine this: you've got your room,
all right,
and then you've got this bed and this bed. So when all the beds are pulled down, there's you have to maneuver like a little.
Wait, is it like an American Ninja Warrior course?
Kinda. It sounds like.
Oh, I'm totally about that. Let's
turn
do
all
it.
the lights off. See what kid you step on. That works.
Me and the wife want some sexy time. We got to lock the bathroom door. Is that what you're saying?
No, you got to roll the kid up in the wall.
You have your own room.
You could have your own bedroom and
with your own bathroom.
Oh, so we can have sexy time in our own bathroom.
You could.
All right.
Yeah, but you saying
and then some.
But what Kevin says while he's doing his thing, he got to put the kids on the Murphy bed so he can push the bed up into the wall so they can't hear make business.
Oh, they'll be able to hear. Trust me.
I like my wife and my life. Let me rephrase that.
I don't want you to die, Daddy. If you put your wife on the sofa, you dead.
No, I was on the sofa.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that would work. Yeah.
What I'm rephrasing is I should not say I like my wife. I should say I love my wife.
Greatly, you do.
And my wife loves me.
Absolutely.
But we need space.
Absolutely.
As much as possible. Like a king-size bed, her and I can sleep to. A queen-size bed, and I'm 6'2".
Yeah.
About 220.
And she moves around a lot,
and she does, and she puts it on me for snoring. But my God, she can snore.
Just to recap that, if you got 2 adults and some kids, you'll probably be more comfortable. But I'm not trying to shove like 4 or 5 adults in those. That day, the next day we did Epcot.
Well, back it up. What I know you were limited on time. So what parks did you go to overall?
Epcot and Animal Kingdom.
Okay, so Epcot, Animal Kingdom. Kirk's favorite resorts is great. Okay, go.
Right. So 2 things. There was the only parks available when I was making my park reservations. so I
you had
didn't really
no
have a lot of choice in the matter.
I got you.
By the time we got everything put together, that was the 2 parks that were left. So
Okay.
First day was at Epcot. I had to choose between Epcot and Animal Kingdom. Basically, I had a half a day at one park because I had to fly out. So Epcot was where I was able to spend my full day and just really did all the stuff that you do at Epcot, man. We did Test Track.
Drank?
I didn't drink. William drank, but
Take a ride. All right, William just came back on the
William's from Lafayette. He's going to.
Oh, he's a local boy.
All right, so took the Skyliner over to Epcot. Pretty quick and easy. You do have to make a stop at Caribbean Beach, get off, get on the next one over to Epcot. So it's a little inconvenient there, and I can also see why people like staying at Caribbean Beach now because that's the hub. Just get on, go to Epcot. Get on, go to Hollywood Studios, whatever. But
that's the hub?
That's the hub. The Caribbean Beach is the hub.
This is the hub. That's the hub.
It was pretty cool, though, when you come in off the Skyliner that you can see where Remy's being built, the Remy's Ratatouille Adventure area, because you kind of come in right there and get dropped off on the International Gateway.
And you didn't crash. It was great. Okay, cool.
It feels like you're going to crash, though. Like, when you're coming in and you got to stop with the one in front of you, it feels like you're going to...
Yeah, you can ram right into it. Yeah, it's crazy.
It was kind of a little hairy.
But, I bet you it was when William held you for comfort.
With that beard. Not your beard.
Yeah.
Beard. That's beard on beard.
Stay close to me, Lasto Vicas.
Yeah.
I'm keeping you safe.
What?
I'm
here.
In my arms.
Why are you so fat?
And a couple minutes later...
Not a complaint, just an observation.
Yes.
But
about that, you should.
It was really kind of threw the thing off when you were in World Showcase, and let's say you're eating at Rose and Crown, and your server is Carl from Lake Mary, and and that's some guy from the UK.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad the cast members are back, and I'm glad they got a job, and I'm glad they're working. But I'll be more glad when things get kind of more normal and we get actually like international cast members in World Showcase.
They can't all be cams.
It'll be coming soon,
Yeah,
you gotta open back up.
They're dealing with issues too, having to come back from where their point of origin is and dealing
absolutely.
with COVID there,
And the college program and all this kind of stuff. So, no, I get it.
Did he have a Jersey accent? Hey, yo, welcome there to the Rosencrantz.
Rosencrantz.
What you
the
want?
bangers and mash or what?
I'm internationalist.
Yes.
Rosencrantz, what do you want?
You want a Scotch egg?
And the fish and chips, forget about it.
Yeah.
Yo, Vinny, go ahead, make the chips. Make the chips international.
I got the chips.
Make them faster.
Well,
We got guys
we
here.
don't serve no gabagool, huh?
I'm calling Vinny 2 chips.
Man, you're making my toes itch. I'm trying to wake over here.
Yeah, he's sleeping with the fish and the chips. Hey, so Kevin, I did get to check out, what's the band, the mariachi band?
Mariachi Cobre.
Top Chico.
Those guys rock.
They're still
Yeah,
employed?
they were playing.
Yeah, they're still employed, apparently. That's great.
Wait, is that the one? But
No, that's not the one with the girl. This is like the awesome mariachi group from Mexico City.
Yeah.
How did they survive? They must have pictures of Bob Chapek with a sheep.
Yeah, look, those guys have been around for years, so I am so glad that they're still around.
I know, but so like a lot of other people have been around.
They probably got clout. They probably have they probably have big clout.
Or that
Senor
picture.
Chapek, he is your pictorial.
Senor Chapek, baba.
Our contract works, right? Esta?
It's a mail plane.
Es verdad.
I was trying to get film of the American Pavilion, and they're in the stadium across there playing. So I'm filming the American Pavilion, but the mariachi music's playing in the background on the video. So it's kind of
that's perfect.
It's kind of weird.
That's very political.
It's like, we're neighbors, basically.
That's wild.
How was the harmonious barges on the Seven Seas Lagoon?
Yeah, tell us about that.
Not Seven Seas Lagoon. I'm sorry.
They're out there, man. I mean, they're big as life. You normally you can look across World Showcase, World Lagoon, whatever it's called, and see the other side. Now you just see these big iron metal structures out in the middle of the lake. I mean, I'm sure the show is going to be amazing, but if those barges are going to stay permanently there, I mean, it's a big eyesore.
I like big barges. Then I can't lie. Your mother can't kind of get Is that what we're saying here?
Yeah.
And I mean, other than that, man, just lots and lots of construction walls all around Epcot.
Yeah.
That new area is going to be massive if you just see how much space is in between all those construction walls and stuff. It's going to be.
Speaking of massive, what did William think about everything?
Tell us what he thought about it.
Oh, yeah.
He thought the walls were big and black. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
You're about as black as it gets right there.
He enjoyed it, didn't he?
I saw some in the bed.
It was the most awesome experience ever.
Hey, that's fam.
He worked that budget.
Yeah.
And so, the next day was Animal Kingdom. Again, I just had like half a day there.
Did you ride Dinosaur?
I did ride Dinosaur.
Good
for
boy.
Sure. Absolutely.
Love that ride.
I went straight to Flights of Passage, 90-minute wait. I'm like, that's going to be rough, man. Like, I can't wait 90 minutes if I've got to be out of the park by 3 o'clock.
See, that's why you cannot do Animal Kingdom as your last thing. You
Screw
gotta,
Flights of Passage. It's overrated.
I don't know. At least, but
I mean,
you've never tried it. You have to try it.
Oh, you've never tried it?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so he's fine. Yeah,
Very good. Okay, so where did you go to River? Was it the
Navi River?
Yeah.
journey?
Navi River journey?
Did you do that?
Yeah. No. It's like, I'm out of here. I've got to go, man. I got other stuff to do. Got some pictures.
Wait, so you rode Dinosaur? You rode...
Did you see Lion King when they came back? Lion King?
Wait, what all did you ride?
Expedition Everest, the Safari.
Kilimanjaro, okay.
Bug's Life, yeah.
Very good choice. Very
Well,
good
you
choice.
know how that ride works, thanks to us.
Poked
That's
in the
a good
butt.
And that might have been it, man. I'm trying
For
to think if there's
rides?
anything else. Yeah, for rides, yeah. I mean, again, I had to be out by 3 o'clock. I did do a lot of walking around, got a lot of pictures and stuff to put in video for the show, things like that. I got to meet up with the Raz. That was cool.
I saw that. That was cool. I saw that.
That's awesome.
I saw that picture.
She's a very hospitable host.
How's she doing? She doing all right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, so I saw she was in the park, so I messaged her. She said she got a reservation for Nomad Lounge, and I'm like, hey man, I'm in the park today. I'm actually in Animal Kingdom. Want to meet up? I didn't hear back from her. Went did a couple things, So it got to be around lunchtime, and I went over to Nomad Lounge, and I'm like, well, let me try to get in here, and I messaged her like, hey, we're about to grab something to eat, but there's like a 90-minute wait. So, let me know where you're at in the park and maybe we can meet up. And she's like, oh, I'm still at Nomad Lounge. I was like, oh, perfect, man. So we just went in, crashed her table, she had room at her table for 2 more people. So we had lunch with Raz.
That's awesome.
The Raz and how many other people?
She had one of her friends there with her. Another teacher friend was there with her.
I've yet to meet Raz in person. I'm looking forward to that.
She is a very good host. That is one thing I will say about going to Orlando. There are some, especially people who listen to our podcast, they are some gracious hosts.
Oh, absolutely. I look forward when I get to meet those people.
Sean.
We met the couple there once.
Yes. There are a lot of people over there. Our Orlando residents are really gracious
Rob's
hosts.
awesome. I hope he's doing well.
I know he doesn't live there anymore, but wonderful host.
I mean, even like I was taking a couple of pictures of Everest. And there was a guy who's like, oh, man, we can really get a good shot over here around the corner, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, yeah, near the temple. I'm like, where are you guys from? He goes, oh, we're locals. I'm like, oh, man. So, that's kind of just the attitude there. They want you to enjoy the parks like they enjoy the parks.
O-Town, baby. That's O-Town.
So, it was cool. And so we got to have lunch with Raz. That was really cool.
That's great.
I'd say probably the best meal we had that week was at Nomad Lounge.
Good.
Let's really give that solid. A shot.
And definitely something I want to go back to again. And again, thank you, Raz, for letting us crash your table because we were going to have to wait 90 minutes to get in. So,
why do you keep saying we? Who did you crash Raz's table with?
William.
Oh,
yes.
William.
William from Lafayette.
William Bill for short.
From Lafayette.
Right. A local boy.
Yeah, William.
Crash the table out there.
Crash the Raz's table. Thank you, William. That's right, Chef.
Now, where that temple is that you were talking about on the last show, Danny, or the Animal Kingdom show, where you can line it up with Mount Everest?
Yes.
Forbidden Eye?
Exactly.
So here's another little travel agent tip. If you just walk kind of away from there, and then there's some stairs going down towards the river, nice little quiet in there, and you get some great pictures of all the Animal Kingdom cavalcades, the character cavalcade, because that's kind of where they come out at. And saw Pocahontas. Saw Donald Daisy. There was a Launchpad McDuck was on there.
Hey!
I got a picture of Lily with Launchpad, yeah.
Discovery Island Drummers had their own boat.
Oh, right on.
Playing drums on the boat and stuff. So
Good for them.
It was really cool, man. It was a cool spot.
Yeah, those former smoker spots make great.
I guess that's what it was, yeah.
Yes.
No, but, I mean, I'll tell you the number one thing I walked away from between this Universal/Disney trip is that Universal, I never felt relaxed. I never felt like I could just chill and enjoy a little quiet space here or a quiet space there. It seemed like everywhere you were was loud, 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 loud. All the rides are loud. The restaurants are loud. If you want to sit outside of someplace, there's music coming from here and there. And there's, the roller coaster in the background is, it's just like, in Disney, man, you can always find a little offshoot, a little space over here to just catch a breath, relax. I don't know. I felt way more relaxed at Disney than I did at Universal.
I would agree with that. There's a different energy at Universal than there is at Walt Disney World.
See, that's interesting because I would disagree. Because I would say that when I'm at Disney, there's something about the idea of being at Disney that makes me, because there's so much at Disney. Whereas with Universal, I don't really care about, having to see E.T., or Dudley Do-Right's Slippery Falls, or Seuss Landing, or with Universal. I always felt like I could give a damn less. If I make it, cool. If I don't make it, whatevs. With Disney, there was more of a pressure of gotta get on Rise of Resistance, gotta get on this, gotta get, So whereas I would agree that y'all are probably right. There were more tucked away little locations that if y'all want to take it easy, you could. Yeah. With Universal, I felt less pressure because it was I'm at Universal. Whatevs.
But it's not about that. It's more about the atmosphere for me. I think for what you're saying is a totally different thing. That when I think what we're envisioning is that the atmosphere itself evokes an an atmosphere of like just constant energy. I was going to say foreboding, but that's not
It's
the right
it's like overload, man.
But there's
overload.
a definite electrifying atmosphere in Universal versus Walt Disney World, which is like it's so. I mean, I'm not going to say it's chill. There's areas where there is some activity, but there's also areas where there's some downtime too. And it's not because anything that I put into it. It's just how the atmosphere is built.
My point is that even when I was just not doing anything, it seemed like stuff was in my face all day long. Like music, loud, restaurants, loud, people in the parks, guests, loud. Like everyone was just loud in that park. And that to me is like I didn't get that same vibe at Disney. I couldn't escape it. I couldn't escape
bananas
at Universal. This shit is bananas. So look, I want to just wrap up a couple last things, and then we'll do the little last minute comparison. But a real quick on dining. I don't know if this is going to change over the last few months. The reservations for dining are a lot more important. It seemed to be at City Walk and at Universal than they were at Disney. I was able to get lots of last minute walk-ups and things like that.
It was easier.
It was easier at Disney than it was at Universal.
I am not discounting your experience in any way, shape, or form, but I'm telling you that is the exact opposite of what my experience was pre-COVID.
So yeah, that's a good point. I mean, it's pre-COVID versus now.
That's why
that is shocking, right?
That was absolutely shocking.
I mean, when you said that, Lee, Danny and I looked at each other like, what?
I'm telling you, man. Like I had reservations for Antojitos. We got there at 7. There's a person in front of us trying to get in for a walk-up. They said, we can seat you at 9:30. So 2.5 hours they had to wait if they wanted to get in.
Wow.
That's ribcage show time.
Vivo, we ate there. It was pretty good. Italian food. The problem was if you didn't have the reservations and trying to get in, that was the challenge. Now, if you got reservations, it's not too bad. Now, counter service, that's a whole different conversation. Both parks were crazy with counter service and carts and stuff. But as far as like sitting down dining, if you didn't have a reservation, it was tough. With Disney, I'll give you an example. We had reservations for Wine Bar George.
Wine Bar what?
Wine Bar George in Disney Springs.
Okay.
Wine Boy George? No, Wine Bar George.
Boy George.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He'll tumble for you.
So we're like, hey, man, let's just see what's available. Oh, Rose and Crown. Boom. Let's do it. Walked up there, 5-minute wait. Got in.
Right,
Spice Road. Same thing. You know, it's like, oh, we can get you in 10 minutes. And then when we sat, no problem. Even Nomad Lounge, when they told us 90 minutes and we sat down with the Raz, we got our text in 20 minutes that our table was ready.
Yeah, but you hacked their table to get in.
Yes.
So
No. I didn't have a table. Raz had a table. We signed up and they said, come back in 90. We're going to text you in 90 minutes that you can come in. While we were in with Raz, we got that text and it was only 20 minutes after we had
So you kept your reservation even though you had the table of Raz.
Right. Somebody else
You deprived somebody of a table.
Yes. Right.
No, someone else got in. I'm sure that's why I got in 20 minutes instead of 90 minutes.
All the buzzboys like, we got the table ready. He ain't showed up yet. Oh, no, he's over there with the young lady.
I know this is all relative, but that was my experience.
That's
this
interesting.
Trip. It was way easier to make stuff happen on the fly at Disney with reservations than it was at Universal. Overall dining, this is your travel agent tip. I mentioned it before. Learn how to use the mobile dining. Order your stuff early, especially in Disney if you want some counter service type stuff. Give yourself a good hour to order the stuff ahead of time before it's going to be ready to pick up.
Bring a sandwich in your bag or your girl's
I don't
purse.
think I'm telling you anything that anyone who's been to both would disagree with, hopefully, but dining at Disney is 10 times better than Universal.
Yeah, okay, I would agree. If you're talking about quality of food, if you're talking about ease of dining reservations.
Just quality of food,
yes,
absolutely. The actual food you get. I went to Twosomes, which is supposed to be like one of these cool new restaurants. It's got these fancy milkshakes and all this other stuff. Hard reservation to get. The food tasted like I was eating a Cheesecake Factory. It was so bland, no flavor. So, I mean, maybe the desserts were good, but I wouldn't go back there.
Lee, what would you say the top restaurant over at Universal Studios is?
Well, I don't know what the top resturant is. I hear a lot of good things about Mythos. We didn't get in there.
I like Mythos.
The best meal I had was at Vivo. It's Italian food. It was really good. I had a real good meal. I had chicken saltimbocca, which I don't ever see on any restaurant menu ever. So I went with that. It was really good. Everyone else enjoyed their meals. I think Italian is kind of hard to mess up if you don't if you just do it
Agreed.
halfway
Yeah.
fresh
If
ingredient.
you mess it up, then it's really bad.
Yeah.
The other one we went to was Antojitos, which was below average Tex-Mex for way more than I should have paid. But it was fine for Florida. I had low expectations for that one. I'll just say.
I was going to say,
Texas.
to be fair, everything with you is substandard Mexican food.
Yeah.
When you leave
I mean,
Texas.
to be fair, for what it's worth, it was way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yes.
They did a tableside guac, which was good.
Let me say this, okay? Because I do think that this is important as we become more normalized, I would say. When we went to Disney and Universal in 2019, I got to tell you, dude, seriously, Mythos was a walk-up reservation. We walked up to Mythos. We walked up to any and every restaurant we needed to go to at Universal Studios, and you got a reservation. I mean, I'll agree with you in the sense that Disney has more quiet spots. Like, these spots are intended to be quiet. Not to say you can't find quiet spots at Universal, because you can. That Irish restaurant they have over there, Irish restaurant / bar.
It's not Pat O'Brien's. No, that's
No. You're thinking about Disneyland, because they stole our Pat O'Brien's. But yes, I would say that Universal, in terms of getting reservations, once things normalize, is going to be a lot easier than Disney.
But currently, right now, initially post-COVID is
Correct.
switched. The
Yes.
roles are reversed. Interesting.
Right.
That's interesting.
That is very interesting.
Overall, I mean, I don't think that ever you can say Universal compared to Disney, it's apples and oranges. Obviously, the detail, the attention to detail, the cast members, things like that, I felt more at home at Disney. Just a quick example. I'm in Hogwarts, right? So this is the best themed land, the best everything that Universal has to offer. I order my butterbeer. I'm like, okay, do you want it cold? Do you want it frozen? Oh, cool, I'll take it like this. So she rings me up, and while she's ringing me up, she whips out a Starbucks cup and takes a big-ass drink out of her Starbucks coffee, the team member. I'm like, that is way off brand, and that's just poor show in general.
Whoa. Now, hold it. Now, to be fair, now Disney has relaxed its standards as it comes to cast members, so maybe Universal has kind of relaxed theirs. It's like,
well, they were already relaxed, so
It was so
super
relaxed they
now.
needed caffeine, is what he's saying. That's it.
I've never seen a cast member in Disney ever even take a drink of anything, much less a Starbucks while they're working at Pandora.
Well, they're over it over there.
for sure. But I mean, point well taken.
If you are into Harry Potter, you could definitely do like a whole day just doing that stuff. You could really get immersed in it.
I would see.
I could see that. At least the better part of a day.
I would say that even if you're not into Harry Potter can be immersive land if you let it. I mean, like, let's face it, none of us had anything for pirates before we rode pirates. None of us had anything for Haunted Mansion before we rode Haunted Mansion. I think those areas provide just phenomenal theming. It really is. It really is an avenue to kind of get lost. And whereas I see what you're saying, because there are certain elements to it that you kind of feel like you need to have explained to you. And
you need a Sherpa, basically. Like I need a Harry Potter nerd to go with me to Universal and just tell me all about it and the story about this, what this coffin over here means, and why this shop is here, and this is the time where Harry went over to this place, and all that kind of stuff. So again, I could see if you like that stuff and you're into that stuff, you could kill a whole day just doing that.
Yeah, I would agree with that to an extent, but I'd also say at the same time that if you go through The Simpsons and you're like, oh wow, this is done way better than Harry Potter, and you go through Harry Potter, you're probably not experiencing the best of Harry Potter, because it's a really rich
It's
world.
very immersive.
Yeah, but,
I would agree with
but
that,
if you never read the books, that's like me saying you got to read every Spider-Man comic book ever, I guess, to appreciate the ride, right?
But is that fair? It's not just the ride, but it's the land itself.
That's exactly it. Yeah. Yes. It's not just like I can ride Spider-Man and never read a Spider-Man comic book and not really get who the Goblin is or whatever, and still have a really great experience on that ride. I feel like they do a good enough job. If you understand walking into Harry Potter land, or whatever you want to call it, that it's a boy built around magic, and there are wands, and there are magical things that happen within and around the land, and that this is a sanctuary for magicians, or not magicians, I should say, but witches and wizards. There you go.
Yeah.
I think you pretty much get the gist of it. I don't think you need a whole lot more explained to you. No more for sure than what you need. Like, I wrote Avatar for the first time, and I didn't even remember Avatar by that point.
Right.
And I still
Fair
got
enough.
the gist of it.
But ultimately, I mean, it's still, to me, a good vacation to have. Especially if you've done Disney 5-6 times. It's like, go to Universal. Just understand it's not Disney. It's different. It's a different vibe. It's a whole different level of service and things like that. But you're still going to have a good time. I don't want to say any of these things to make it seem like I didn't have a great time there. I mean, it was wonderful. I like the resorts especially. Their moderates, Cabana Bay, I would rather stay there than some of the moderates at Disney.
Sure,
absolutely. The hotels were really nice. So maybe you plan a day there.
Here's another thing I would say. Like, the 3 girls that we went with, we all went to Disney, went to Universal, and this was 2 years ago. And we asked them not yesterday, but last weekend.
Yeah.
Disney or Universal, you got to choose. All 3 of them. One was 11, one was 12, and one was 8, and they all chose Universal.
A little surprised on the 8-year-old, but I get it. And I will tell you this, like my kid's 16, there's a lot of stuff that I wanted to bring him back and show him. Like, hey, man, he likes the Minions.
Yeah, I was going to say, Minions, Shrek.
He likes Shrek.
Yes.
He likes Fast and Furious, although that was a crap ride. But
I never rode that.
That's terrible. It's probably the worst one there. But there's one part where, it's all digitized, and Vin Diesel's grabbing a helicopter. And, Vin Diesel's twice the size of the helicopter. It's not even in perspective at all. And you're on a party bus and this other stuff. It's really stupid.
Is The Rock there?
The Rock
what about
is
Jason
there.
Statham? He's there. I take that.
Ludacris is there. I mean, it's the
Tyrese.
whole deal, man. Yeah.
Gina Carano, she's there protesting.
But my kid likes Fast and Furious, so I want to take him to at least see all the cars and all that kind of stuff. So, it's definitely a good vacation. It's definitely a place to check out. Give me a call. I can work you through all, where you should stay, how many days of tickets, and all that kind of stuff. It's way less stress than a Disney vacation. I can tell you that. Park to Park Pass, Express Pass, you're set, man.
Awesome. Well, thanks for giving us that trip report. And if you want to book a vacation with Lee, we're about to tell you how to do that in just a little bit. All right, guys. Well, we hope you enjoyed that trip report with Lee. If you want to book with him, we're about to tell you how to do that in just a little bit. But if you want to learn more about the Magic Our Way podcast, magicourway.com is the way to go. There you'll find our social media links, past episodes, and more. Also, if you want to get in touch with us to share your opinions, you can do so through the following ways. You can shoot us an email at show@magicourway.com, or you can call or send us a text message at 1-815-A-WEEKEND. That is 1-815...
Kevin gotta be leaving.
That's right. 669-4226. So, of course, guys, we have a couple of guys do things outside of podcasts. First of all, I got Eli does things with comics.
Hey, Rob Liefeld here. Deadpool, Cable, X-Force, Domino, Marvel Comics, Image Comics, all of it. You guys, what is up? Eli Ivory.
Yeah.
What a great name. Eli Ivory, comic guru. I'm here to talk about you.
Yeah.
I am here to say, check out ivorycomics.com. That's right, you. Check out ivorycomics.com. ivorycomics.com. If you're not doing that, you're missing out. You're missing out.
You're missing out.
The Savages comic cannot be beat, cannot be surpassed. You need to check it out, experience it for yourself.
What about the story?
And you know the story.
It's all about
It's
glory.
all about the glory.
I love it.
Congrats to you and all the magic that you're making.
The magic
with your
you're
Ivory
making.
Comics, Eli
We're
Ivory,
making.
comic
That's
book
right.
guru.
Thanks, Rob.
Check out ivorycomics.com, comic book guru.
Comic book
Eli
guru.
Ivory, the whole package.
Package.
Who said to?
Deadpool said to.
He made
Do
millions.
it. ivorycomics.com right now. Liefeld out.
I bet you Deadpool doesn't have any place to go tonight.
No, because he ain't going by no juggernaut. That's for sure.
Package, go.
All right, easy.
Go, damn it.
Good. You just keep
Too many words.
You
Go.
don't make me nervous.
Kevin's got an early morning.
You could Follow a link to this podcast where
Follow
you
that
can see
link.
this camaraderie where people yell at each other
That's
all
right.
the time.
Amen.
So you never miss an episode where you go to Ivy Comics, you can hear Kevin yell at me, and then I miss
TikTok.
I
Kevin
miss
gotta
that
go.
when he
Kevin
talks
gotta
sweet
go.
to me, but Facebook.com, you can find me there. Elijah Ivy, as long as you're a real person, you're welcome.
What about
But
those bots,
but
man?
if you're a bot, can't talk to you
Forget
because
those bots. We
Kevin
got
said,
time.
screw that, it's late.
I ain't got
And so,
time for your
look,
bots.
You ain't got time.
I ain't got
That's
time for
talking
those bots.
all over my stuff. I can't even
That's
remember
right.
my lines right now. That's how rough it is right
It's the
now.
bots,
but
man.
you want to follow Project Gay Show on Facebook. Can I say that? Because I can't remember anything past saying Facebook.com/Project Gay Show. You can follow it there.
Project Gay Show.
You got the bots. You got the bots. All of I found him on down on the
Well,
Spotify.
on Instagram. That's right. EI504 on Twitter. I can find a Hancock 10166. We appreciate the manners. You have Kevin yelling at me. There is no gladness right there, but thank you very much. About this month.
My shitty mustache. I think that's thank you in Japanese. I don't remember. If you want to book a vacation with Lee to see all this stuff that he did, you could do it with Lee. Lee, tell him how to do this.
Give me a call at 832-431-1621. That's 832-Kaka-Enema. Kakawaka. Whatever that right is called. 832. You know how to spell it.
A lot with all of that.
832. William hit that.
Nicely, if you remember.
You can email me at lee@magicourway.com. Facebook at facebook.com/Lastovica Travel. That's LASTOVICA Travel.
Wow.
Instagram, you got a friend in Lee Travel. And TikTok, you got a friend in Lee. Doing any of that will get you hooked up and booked up with no.
William hit it with no Hasselbecker.
None whatsoever.
Not a problemo.
I'm speechless. I'm speechless.
He left a counter for Lee Hasselbecker.
He left a memory in Las Vegas.
That's a lot of love for Kakamasa.
That's a lot of love of Vika.
And he can't even shoot basketball to Vika.
Right, man. It was like Inside Out. He left all the memory balls. In
Wow.
Memory balls of Vika.
Yes. You posted a lot of him. Okay, good.
Okay,
Hey,
yeah,
God bless.
yeah. You do you, boo.
Do you want to pimp William at all?
No, that man can pimp himself. Trust me.
No.
Oh, we can pimp William.
Pimp juice.
Dude's hung like a horse.
William!
William, he's over there in Las Vegas.
Go down there. Buy the slam.
Share hotel room in the Gator.
Look, man, if you want to support all this fun, you could do so through Hall. You can find them on our website, magicourway.com. Any way in which you can support the show is deeply appreciated.
Who?
You.
Who?
Everybody thinks I'm talking to them. I'm really talking to you. I don't know why I'm pointing the camera. This will probably never be on video.
Because you're pointing at them.
I'm pointing at them. No, just you.
Subscribe.
Not them. But anyway, look. We also want to take a second and thank you for being a loyal listener and a subscriber if you're on YouTube. We love hearing from our listeners. All opinions are always welcome in the Magic Hour podcast, so make sure you get in touch with us today. Summer weekends, ladies and gentlemen, we say Quaharini. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
Magic out.
I have every intention of eating those bananas for breakfast, but I still somehow end up with
Dinner
tacos.
with the rat.